Hi everyone. First, really quick, this video will not be graphic in any way. And second, I'm not really a talk bathroom or bathroom habits type of guy, but I hope this information will be helpful to some of you, as I know hemorrhoids and dingleberries can be an uncomfortable thing to experience at a minimum. Just a really quick backstory. So this all came about maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I was listening to a talk, and the people were talking about bidets and how some countries have them and some don't. And they raised a really good point. They said, if you were to pick up a piece of dog poop with your bare hands, would you wipe your hand off with a napkin or Kleenex or paper towel? And that really got me thinking. And ever since then, I've been using these practices or techniques, and they seem to be working out really well. So the first tip is just a wiping technique, and it involves a wet wipe and then also a dry wipe. So you want to take some toilet paper, and you want to take about this amount. And then you want to roll this up, and then I'll show you the next step. Next, you're going to want to wet the toilet paper, and you just want to wet it on one end like this. And eventually you're going to fold this in half, but not until the point you actually use it. So you're going to have to find a place to set this down, and I just set it down like that. And the reason for that is if you wet the whole thing, it would just disintegrate. So anyway, when you get to the point of using it, you're going to want to fold it in half, and then it's kind of a 3-motion wipe, and you want to do this firm but not super hard. So the motion is like this. I'll repeat that. As you can see, the toilet paper it stays intact. The toilet paper stays intact, and also this keeps your hand clean and dry as well. So that's kind of the thought process behind folding it in half. One component of dingleberries is little broken up pieces of toilet paper, so that's kind of the importance of keeping the toilet paper intact. And then the second part to this process is a dry wipe. So you want to take about the same amount of toilet paper and roll it again, and then you just want to make sure it's nice and compact like this, and then it's just one continuous wipe. Again, firm but not super hard, so like this. And the dry wipe is equally as important as the wet wipe. There's been times where I just do the wet wipe and I hop into the shower, and later on I get uncomfortable. So I would even say you could probably wear white underwear and just not have to worry about stain removal very often, if ever at all, in all seriousness. And then there might be times when things are messier than normal, or you anticipate things will be messier than normal. So you just repeat this 2-wipe process again. Or let's just say you're out and about and you get uncomfortable or an itch. I just go right back into the bathroom and repeat this. The next 2 tips are really good practices to avoid hemorrhoids, and they're really, really simple. So tip number 2 is don't sit on the toilet too long. Just go when you have to go. And then tip number 3, don't push. Just let things happen naturally. I get it, at some point you'll have to push to move things along, but in general, just try not to push and try not to sit too long, and these have worked out really well. Tip number 2 was to try not to sit on the toilet for very long, but there are going to be times, let's just say you have a stomach ache or diarrhea and you anticipate that you will have to sit for a while, and you're in between waves of explosive diarrhea. What I do is I just move over to one side and put all the pressure on one leg like this. And if your leg gets tired, you could just move over to the other side like this. I know this is a little weird, but it actually really works. And this just keeps your legs from being spread apart or other things from being spread apart. And that's as graphic as I'll get here. So just to recap, to avoid dingleberries, you want to do a wet wipe and a dry wipe. And to avoid hemorrhoids, you want to try not to sit on the toilet too long, and also to not push. I hope some of you will find this information helpful, and even if I just help one person, that would make me happy. So thank you very much for watching.